John likes tech and lives in Indiana, you know. Kevin likes the Dodgers and talks on the radio. John plays games on Xbox and on his Nintendo, while Kevin runs around LA with his mustachio. It's the Lack of Genius podcast, in your ear holes at last. They don't know they're Mars from Venus, that's why it's the Lack of Genius podcast. Episode 8? Episode 8, John?
Yes, episode 8.
Am I right? No, is it episode 9?
No, it's episode 9, yeah.
Gosh, I don't even know the order of episodes on our own podcast.
Yeah, episode 8 was last week where we talked about the Olympics.
That's right, and this is episode 9.
It is episode 9. We are now one away from double digits.
Almost to the double digits, yeah, man. That's really exciting. And today we're doing something fun. We're doing something, the name of the podcast is Lack of Genius. And just to kind of clarify the idea of it, and also thank you to those of you who are listening right now. We really appreciate you for however long you've been a part of this. And if you happen to be new, John and I have different interests. And so because of that, we thought, well, there are areas of expertise that each of us have. Well, we will be the genius, and we will quiz the other on the lack of genius that they possess on this topic, right? Does that kind of sound like what we're doing?
Yeah, and if you listen to last week's episode, I definitely showed some lack of genius there. About
table tennis.
Yes.
It was a rare episode that I actually won, and I showed a little bit of genius on cycling. Well, this is the first episode, I think, where, John, you and I both pretty much lack genius on the topics that we're covering today.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, except for that we live our lives, and, with astrology being what it is, it's supposed to pertain to us anyways, even if we follow it or not.
That's true, because we're doing our astrological signs today. So
right.
I get what you're saying. Even though you and I don't necessarily follow astrology signs and don't really put a lot of stock into it. I don't want to speak for you. I don't personally.
It's not something I've looked into.
Yeah, but based on the mere fact that we are our own astrological signs and that is supposed to have some kind of impact on us, technically we are sort of geniuses on these topics. Yeah. So I'm a Capricorn. My birthday is January 1st, New Year's Day. So I'm kind of right smack dab in the middle of the days for Capricorn. And you, John, are
an Aquarius. My birthday is February 15th.
Gotcha. Yes. Which makes you an Aquarius. And so, we're going to, I don't know how this episode's going to go. I think there's going to be a little bit of tongue in cheek about it because John and I I don't even want to say believers in this. That's not the right word. We're just not followers of astrology. That doesn't mean that we don't understand and appreciate the fact that a lot of people are very into their astrological signs and people put a lot of stock into them. And that's great with me, man. If whatever sort of gets you to make decisions in your life or things that you put stock into, I'm happy for you. So we mean no harm if we sound like we're being cynical at all. I apologize in advance.
Yeah, I mean, we like Kevin was saying, we don't mean to denigrate it or anything like that. And if we get something seriously wrong or it falls into that realm of questionable what we said, did we say something that could be offensive? Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah.
I can't speak for Kevin, but I think he's the same way. We will gladly admit our mistakes and try to be better.
You know nothing about Capricorns because we do not admit mistakes. No, I don't know if that's true. Sorry, that's a joke already. I have no idea if that's true. But I am totally on the same page as John. I'm almost hoping that someone who really knows their astrology is listening and can totally call us out on everything that we're wrong on, or tell us, hey, you did a great job, which, I'm just fishing for compliments at this point.
I mean, if we have a 15-minute tidy up next week, it's a 15-minute tidy up.
I think that's an excellent segue into this week's tidy up. Shall we do it? Let's just do it. Tidy up before we go any further with the show. Tidy up before we go fix our mistakes tonight. I wanna get it right. Tidy up. This is where we were both smiling the entire time. That's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever made in my life. This is where we tidy up things from the previous episode. So if there were any things that we got called out on or we were wrong about, we try to own up to it. So I had two quick things that I wanted to drop in. I covered the sport of table tennis, the Olympics table tennis. I, on 5 occasions in the episode, I believe I counted, called the sport ping pong. And for that, I am truly sorry. It is table tennis. Ping pong is just the sort of nickname for it, and I should have done better, and I'm calling myself out now. The other thing, and John, I don't think you had, if you did, I'm stealing your thunder, I apologize, but you had mentioned that cycling was one of 5 Olympic events that have been in every Olympic game since the modern Olympics started in 1896. And I actually looked up what the other 4 were because we weren't sure what they were, and we were making random guesses. So yeah, cycling is in there. Fencing has been in every single one. Athletics, which I was like, what the heck is athletics? That's basically track and field. So certain events in track and field. Gymnastics and swimming. So there you go. Those are the 5. They've been in every single one, and I would guess that will continue on for a long time to come.
And that kind of, the fencing reminded me. I don't know if this is still the case, but MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, has a degree of sorts or an honor that you can earn if you take fencing, marksman, or pistol. I think it's pistol and sailing classes, and it's a pirate award.
It's literally called the Pirate Award?
Or something to that effect.
Because you're doing some sort of piratey activity.
Yeah, it's like shooting, fencing, and sailing.
That is fantastic. They should have eye patch wearing as well, but that's probably not as highly regarded of an art form. I love that. That's a great little fact. So those were my tidy ups. You said you didn't have any this week, right, John?
I don't think so.
So, with that said, we will. Should we just go into our next section here?
I think so.
We got a theme song ready for that too. Let's do it. It's time to take a quiz or two. Like a Genius podcast, doing this for you. You may fail, but it ain't no lie, baby. It's quiz time. Don't really want this quiz to be tough. I just want to pass one 'cause I failed enough. It might sound crazy, but it ain't no lie, baby, it's quiz time. Yes, the bread and butter of our podcast, I would say. Quiz time. This is what the people show up for. They wait for that theme song every week, don't they, John?
I assume so. I've not heard anything one way or the other, but I'm hoping.
We have talked about posting, and I don't think we have yet. So I think maybe I'm going to commit to putting something together to post this week, just so that I can get compliments on the songs that I put together. That's all I need. I just need validation. Okay, so
I validate you, Kevin.
Thank you. You know what? To be honest, you do validate me, and I don't need to fish for compliments. I'm sorry, I've done it like 2 or 3 times this episode already. You are all the validation I need, John. Thank you for that. So here we go. I believe you are asking me the first question, correct? Yep. And that will be on Aquarius. So I have the quiz up at lackofgenius.com. If you want to play along, or if you want to pause it and take the quiz, both quizzes really quick, they're both up at lackofgenius.com, or just listen and play along with us.
You ready?
I'm ready.
What is the symbol for Aquarius? Water bear, ram, fish, or trident?
Well, this is pretty amazing. The reason I laughed is because that is my first question, and it's for Capricorn. So I almost wondered, A, if that would both be our first question, and B, if we would have a few similar questions. And we might. Wow. Okay, a water bearer, which I don't think I really even know what that is. A ram, I do know what that is. I know what a fish is. A trident, No, I'm thinking of a triton. I was like, a trident is a 3-pronged thing, a 3-pronged weapon, but that's a triton.
Nope, that's a trident.
Is it? Oh, it is. So trident is.
Think like Aquaman.
Oh yes. Okay, that is a trident. What is a triton? Am I making that word up right now?
You might be.
I might be.
Let me look.
You know what a triton is? It's a titan, but with an R. Between the T and the I. That's what it is. Okay, so trident. So it actually could. See, here's what I don't know. I don't know if a symbol has to be an animal. That's why I assumed a trident wasn't what it was, because I was like, well, and now that, honestly, that makes me want to pick trident. I like the water bearer answer too. And it makes me wonder if that's not the answer, where you pulled that out of, because that's very impressive. I'm going to go ahead and choose trident, John. I'm choosing it now.
Incorrect.
Oh, dang.
It is, in fact, the water bearer.
Dang it. Well, at least
and
I was
the water
close.
bearer is someone that brings water.
It is. It's literally a person who brings water.
Yep.
That is crazy. Is it like a human being or can it be any being?
From my understanding, there was a guy by the name of Ganymede,
Okay.
which is one of the moons of Jupiter.
Okay. Yes.
And Zeus, was doing Zeus's thing and frolicking around and fell in love with Ganymede and decided to bring him back up to Mount Olympus and have him be the one that brings him water.
Wow. That is great. All right, cool, man. Well, should we move on to my same question since we already know what it is? Well, we know what the question is. So yeah, what is the zodiac symbol of Capricorn? Is it the sea goat, the seahorse, the mermaid, or the aquabat?
First off, I know it's not the Aquabat. I know that they're one of your favorite bands.
They are one of my all-time favorite bands.
Foreshadowing, we might hear a little bit more about them next week.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's a little teaser, isn't it?
It is.
That doesn't necessarily mean you know that it's not the sign of Capricorn, by the way.
No.
but your instincts are probably right.
I'm going to go with Sea Goat.
You're going with Sea Goat. Are you locking that thing in?
I am.
Yeah, you're correct. Sea Goat, which when I discovered that the sea goat was the symbol for Capricorn, that is what instigated this whole idea to have this episode, because I was like, I've never even heard of a sea goat. I need to put that in a question somewhere. And it's literally what it sounds like. It's a top half is a goat, bottom half is a fish, kind of like a mermaid, but for a goat. And you know what? If you do a quick little image search of sea goat, you are going to have nightmares for weeks because they are terrifying looking creatures. They have some cute ones too, but for the most part, they're like, oh, what is that thing? I also discovered that there is such thing as a centaurine, like a centaur, but centaurine. And it's the top half is a human body, the lower half is a horse, but it also has a tail of a fish, a centaurine. So so I think we need to start getting that thing on people's radars because that sounds like an amazing creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how it works either. I guess it can walk and swim, right?
But how much of it is a fishtail?
The images that I saw was kind of like where a tail would come out of a horse, like literally where a tail would come out. That was like a long fish tail, like a mermaid tail.
Huh.
Coming out of a horse.
Like going side to side or up and down?
I think that's a good point. I would think side to side would be more, not aerodynamic, but efficient in the water.
Yeah.
That's a very good question, John. I like that you're thinking about this.
Is it more fish or dolphin? I guess that's a good question.
The images I saw looked like fish, but I think maybe they could use the dolphin. Yeah, I get what you're saying though. Centaurine. That'll be in a future episode too, probably.
Who knows?
Okay, well, let's see what else I can get on Aquarius. What do you got for number 2?
What element is associated with Aquarius?
Oh.
Water, air, fire, or earth?
Okay, so it's the dawning of the age of Aquarius, right? So, water jumped out at me because literally the word aqua is in Aquarius. And I don't know. I'm probably going to pick water just because I could go down a path of overthinking this. But I'm getting the feeling it's not water. That said, I'm just going to pick it. I'm going to go with water.
Incorrect.
Oh, man. Yeah, great job, Kevin.
And I put this on there because of the confusion it can have. And even with what I was reading, it says, a lot of people confuse it in that it's actually an air.
It is.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite have the word air in it, but it sounds like it does. Aquarius.
Right. But so Ganymede isn't water, but he brought the water.
Yes, the water bearer.
So though it has aqua in the name,
even more reason.
Right.
I see.
But the element is air.
Good to know. Air. I like that. I mean, I do think of Aquarius as maybe it's because of that song I just referenced, as dawning of the age of Aquarius, and very free flowing and hippie like. It's open air. That's where my mind's going. Okay, you ready for number 2 on Capricorn?
I am.
Okay, I made this. I don't have a true or false question. This is the closest thing to it. Do Capricorns tend to have a wide network of friends or a small circle of friends? You got a 50-50 shot here, man.
I know. Knowing you, I know you have a wide network of friends, but I also know that you have a very small circle of close friends. I'm going to go with a small circle of friends.
Small circle of friends. And you're basing that mostly on the fact that I'm a Capricorn and you kind of know that I have a small network of people.
Yeah.
Or a small, yeah. Okay, so that's your answer. That is correct. Great job. You're exactly right. And yeah, I would say that's me. It is interesting to think about this because, I do think that I have a lot of friends or a lot of people that I know, and I don't want to discredit anybody or lower them from friend to acquaintance. But the people that I really rely on and that I'm very close to, it's pretty small. It's pretty small. And that is true of most Capricorns, apparently. They tend to keep small circles, but they're loyal and supportive of their friends and loved ones. So I guess that does kind of fit me. Like, even if you're not in my immediate circle, I'm still going to be loyal and supportive to you. So that one actually kind of fits. But you got it, man. You're 2 for 2 and I'm 0 for 2. This feels much more proper
normal
for us. Yeah, normal. Okay, here's what's going to happen is I'm going to get the next 3 right and you're going to miss the next 3.
It's possible.
That's what my horoscope said today, by the way. It said exactly that.
Yeah. You're gonna get 3 and then I miss 3?
Yeah, it said that. It said that exactly. After missing the first 2 and John getting the first 2 right. That's what it said. Okay, what do you got for number 3 on Aquarius for me?
It's a true or false.
Oh.
Your favorite.
Yeah, God, man, I'm already overthinking it.
The dates for Aquarius are January 19th through February 18th.
Wow. Okay, so I was stressing about this when I was looking at it, but now, oh shoot, now I'm questioning myself. Okay, here's the advantage that I have is that Capricorn is right before Aquarius. And so, I was very deliberate, as I believe you were as well. I made sure not to look up anything about Aquarius before this quiz, and you the same for Capricorn. See, I have the 22nd in my head for Capricorn, and I believe it starts on December 22nd. And I was thinking, and that means it goes to January 22nd, but I don't think that's the case. I think it does go to January 19th. I'm going to say true, John. I'm saying true that the dates for Aquarius are January 19th to February 18th.
Correct. It is true.
All right.
However, in looking stuff up, there appears to be 2 calendars.
Oh.
People go by both. And so depending on which calendar, it actually kind of throws the dates off.
Really?
Yeah. Also, Aquarius is evidently the rarest one, and mainly because it has the least number of days in it, just like February has the least number of days.
That's very interesting. I would not have guessed that.
Yeah, and if you look at Wikipedia, which, yes, Wikipedia can have incorrect information.
I rely on them.
Yeah, I do too. There's the tropical zodiac, which I think is what most people go off of, and that's the dates that I put. And then there's the sidereal zodiac, which I've not really ever looked at. But that one, the date shifts it to February 15th to March 14th.
Really? Wait, the Aquarius is a whole month later?
Yeah, and then it says depending on the leap year.
Interesting. That's very interesting. I see. Now this is where obviously we would need an expert because that's pretty far off, right? Those dates are pretty far off from each other.
They are, and evidently it depends on the definition of a year. I just clicked on sidereal to see what it was talking about. So
yeah, are you getting philosophical on me? Like, is time even real? That's what I'm like. What is the definition of a second? A second is just a value that we made up as humans, right?
Yes, but we have actually since determined what a second is, and it's the frequency of a specific element vibrating.
No.
The vibration. Yeah. Yeah, it's literally based on chemistry.
Is that right? So like the amount of time that it takes for the vibration to run its course or something is 1 second?
Essentially.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And the sun also plays a big part in how we develop our time, obviously. So that is very confusing. I'm going to be honest, all of what you just told me, but I'm willing to believe that you're still an Aquarius. You are either way, aren't you?
Yeah. Barely either way.
Yeah, barely. Okay, good. So Aquarius, tried and true, man. Well, so far my prediction's coming true. I just went 1 for 1 after going 0 for 2. So you need to miss this one for us. All right, John?
Well, we'll see what happens. You got a 25% chance.
Yeah, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, which of the following traits does not describe the typical Capricorn? Sensitive, realistic, ambitious, nostalgic. So 3 of these do describe a typical Capricorn, but 1 does not. Which one?
I'm just going to be throwing a dart.
Okay, kind of what I wondered.
Yeah. And let's see here.
Again, sensitive, realistic, this is for the listener, sensitive, realistic, ambitious, and nostalgic.
So in question 1, the correct answer was the first one.
Yeah, I like what you're doing.
So in question 3, would you have made it the first one? Or would you have put it down towards the bottom?
What would a Capricorn do in this situation?
Exactly. Those sea goats.
Us sea goats, man. We're slippery when wet, that's for sure. Or something along those lines.
I'm going to go with ambitious.
Ambitious is your choice. Locking it in?
Mm-hmm.
Ambitious is incorrect.
Oh.
Nostalgic is the answer. Nostalgic is the one that doesn't relate to Capricorn. So, sensitive and nostalgic are both on here, and you could argue that they're kind of the same. Sensitive meaning like we don't take criticism very well, and that one is me. I am a sensitive mofo. I do pretty good when I'm like in public or when I'm on a mic, but man, I'm very bad at taking constructive criticism. I take it as criticism. I will say, I'm in therapy and I'm learning to be a better person, and I'm very proud to be someone who is in therapy. But I'm learning to be less sensitive. But that is definitely me. Realistic, I would say, also describes me. Ambitious, I may come off as ambitious, but I am definitely not, man. I tend to be kind of like I let somebody else take the driver's seat. I like to see where things are going. I'm not the most ambitious. But that said, as I was looking up people who actually are Capricorns, I was like, okay, yeah, that fits most of them. So
is this where I say that I've got some criticisms for you?
yeah. So just bring them on, and I'll just pretend like none of them hurt my heart. So it's funny because every episode I say, yeah, tell us what you think, give us our criticism. But I'm lying to you every time. I don't really want your criticisms because I'm going to cry myself to sleep every night. But
well, I mean, at least you've got me as a filter.
Yeah, exactly. Because you do all the social media stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you only see what I want you to see.
See, that means I've already gotten all kinds of criticism, and you're like, I'm not going to tell him that everyone thinks he sucks.
No, you haven't gotten anything like that.
Oh, thank you, John. That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're still trending towards my prediction, right?
Yep. And this is another one where it's very similar.
Okay. Yes.
What traits are Aquarians known for?
Okay, Aquarians. I like that.
A, passionate, motivated, and confident leader.
Okay.
B, emotionally sensitive, gracious, and emotionally aware.
Interesting, huh?
C, free-spirited and eccentric.
Okay.
And D, passionate, creative, secretive, intuitive, and caring.
Wow. I like that. Yeah, you've essentially described 4 different people with these traits.
Those are traits for 4 different signs.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wondered. I feel like somewhere in my research, I saw the word secretive come up, and I know for a fact that I didn't look up Aquarius. So because I see secretive, I mean, look, maybe it applies to both, but at least off the bat, I'm going to kind of eliminate that. Okay, passionate, motivated, and confident leader. And then we got emotionally sensitive, gracious, and emotionally aware. I'll tell you right now, that's one I'm leaning towards. Oh, and then the last one is free-spirited and eccentric. See, so the free-spirited part kind of jumps out at me. Eccentric is a little bit of a different word than free-spirited. This may be just because I'll shout out my cousin Elizabeth right now. She is an Aquarius, I believe. I know her birthday is in February, but it's somewhere on those. And she is very emotionally sensitive, gracious, and emotionally aware. I think you are too, John. I don't mean to discredit you. I'm also thinking about you, and you're a strong, quiet type. And I think, gosh, I'm going to go for it. I'm picking emotionally sensitive, gracious, and emotionally aware.
Well, your horoscope was wrong then, because that is incorrect.
Oh, I read a bad horoscope, obviously.
I don't remember which one that was describing, but
okay.
The answer is C, free-spirited and eccentric.
I should have gone with the Aquarius. Do you consider? I consider you pretty free-spirited. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, and eccentric. I mean, I like odd things.
That's true. Yeah. I guess I think of eccentric as like really over the top and loud, but it doesn't have to be. It's more of like a.
I feel like that's more ostentatious.
Yeah. Eccentric is a little more off the wall kind of interest, different kind of left of the beaten path, if you will.
I mean, I did wear Vans shoes for quite a long time. So.
I did too. And John and I, in case you don't know the story, John and I met when I did a semester at college at Manchester College in Indiana, and that's a pretty free-spirited school.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah, I'd say so.
All right. So, okay, I got a little. So I'm 1 for 4 now, huh? Ooh, this is not good.
Yeah, and I've only gotten 2.
Yeah. So there is still hope, is what we're looking at here. And it's all it doesn't all come down to this, but this is gonna reveal some stuff for us. Number 4, about Capricorn. Of the following things that Capricorns are said to be into, which one applies to me, Kevin, the most? Reading, money, puzzles and games, DIY projects.
I mean, who doesn't like money?
Capricorns do, I'll tell you that much.
And you may enjoy reading a bunch, but I know with your work schedule and everything, you don't necessarily have a lot of time for reading. But I do feel like I definitely know you enjoy going to games, baseball games. So I'm going to choose puzzles and games.
Puzzles and games is your final answer?
Yep.
That's correct, my friend. Dang, I thought you were going to choose money. I was like, do I come off as someone who loves money? Because I don't have a lot of it. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, puzzles and games, which I do love. I love going to games like Dodger games. I do love all sports, but I love board games. I do love puzzles. I do crossword puzzles. So yeah, that one totally applied to me. What's funny is the reading does not at all. And I appreciate you saying because I work a lot and I'm busy. No, it's just because I'm dumb and I'm bad at reading. So no, I've never been a big reader. I really haven't been, and I'm trying. Again, one of those things I'm trying to do more of. According to this, money is the most tangible way to measure success for a Capricorn. So, and success is their catnip, this site said, which I like. But yeah, I'm not a big, like, I need money to prove that I'm something special. I do like DIY projects. I'm not the best with, the other thing was DIY projects and gardening. I don't have the best green thumb, but yeah, puzzles and games. Most like Kevin for sure. So nice job. I think that means, so that you just went 3 for 4. Oh yeah, so you're gonna win this episode for sure. But let's see if I can. I got my pride on the line. See if I can get one more and go 2 for 5 here. Okay.
What is Aquarian's favorite food? Supposedly.
Okay, because I was gonna say, look, I know a lot of Aquarians. They all like the same thing.
Right.
Okay, I gotcha.
Lemon.
Okay.
Cod.
Gross.
Spinach. Or stews.
I hope I didn't offend anyone by saying gross to cod. I am not a seafood eater, so that sounds disgusting to me.
I'm not a huge fish fan.
Okay, well.
Food-wise, I do enjoy the band.
PH fish, you're down for.
Yeah.
Okay, this is very fascinating question. Very fascinating question. Lemons are sour, right? Cod is very particular. Spinach Popeye eats to get strong. And stews are hearty. I love stews. I know I'm not an Aquarian. I just think about, John, you look like a Dinty Moore stew kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? You look like you should be on the cover with that fancy beard. I'm going to choose stews. I don't have a great reason other than it's just kind of jumping out to me. So let's go with it.
Incorrect.
Dang it. I thought for sure I was right. So what do we got?
This is the one thing that I saw that definitely matches me.
Oh, okay.
Lemon.
Okay, so it is the sort of...
Or tart things.
Yeah. Okay. And that is you.
Yeah. I mean, ever since I was a little kid, I've loved lemons. In fact, my mom will tell a story of when I was really little, I started crying because we were at a restaurant and there weren't any more lemons for me to eat at the table.
Oh my God. Like the little lemons that they put in drinks. They bring you a little bowl out or something.
Yeah. I mean, I even have a bag of lemon drop candies on my desk.
They're literally sitting there right now. That is very interesting because, like, I'm thinking about my what my thoughts are on lemon. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I could take it or leave it, but I would probably never buy a bag of lemon drops as my go-to thing. So that's that's right on with you.
Yeah, I mean, and like one of the other things that I saw was like, the spirit animal or whatnot. And it was the complete opposite. Like it said for Aquarians, it's a spider, and I absolutely hate spiders.
Oh, that's funny. I have spider is a tough one. Like, again, I don't know entirely like how these things got developed or chosen, but there's a lot of people who hate spiders, and I have a feeling there's probably a lot of Aquarians who are like, spiders? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, well, my pride got shattered. That's okay. I'm 1 for 5, but your pride is already through the roof, so let's see if it can go even more through the roof here. Last question. Which of the following celebrities is not a Capricorn? Okay, so 3 of these are Capricorn, 1 of them is not. Which one is not? Is it Dave Chappelle, Michelle Obama, Bradley Cooper, or Dolly Parton?
I honestly have no idea.
Now, you've learned a little bit about Capricorns based on 4 kind of silly questions that I've asked you.
Right.
But still, that's not a whole lot of research.
No. I mean, and you know what? I'm going to go with Dolly Parton is not a Capricorn.
What's your reason?
I want to kind of say she's an Aquarian because part of an Aquarian thing is they like to be helpful and they get happiness from helping others and donating their money and time and stuff like that. Oh. And I know Dolly Parton has done that quite a bit.
I like it. So you're not just choosing her as not a Capricorn. You're thinking she's probably an Aquarius.
Right.
Gotcha. All right. You locking it in?
I am.
Dolly Parton is incorrect. Sorry. I really like that reasoning though. It is Dave Chappelle is the one who is not a Capricorn.
That was going to be my other one.
Yeah, and I kind of, now that I'm looking at all four of these names, they are all, I mean, when you think about ambitious, being well-read, liking money. I mean, I wouldn't put Michelle Obama in the liking money category, but I don't know. It's hard to say. But yeah, no, Dave Chappelle is a Virgo, I believe, is what I looked up. Yeah, and I don't know what that means about him.
So I just happened to look up Dolly Parton's birthday.
Uh-huh.
And it's January 19th.
She's right on the edge.
Which, according to what I saw, was the dates for Aquarius. She's an Aquarius.
Well, that's interesting because literally every list that I went through is like, these celebrities are Capricorns. They all included Dolly Parton.
Interesting.
I don't know. Now we have controversy, don't we? Should give you half a point for it.
I mean, I just went to Google and was like, what are the dates for Aquarius? And that's what it said. Maybe the information I got was wrong.
See here, so I did the same thing. At least the first thing that pops up on Google for Capricorn, January 19th is the last date of Capricorn, which is her birthday, right?
Well, and I just searched for Aquarius again, and it shows January 20th. So maybe I didn't mistype.
Maybe that's interesting, but that is very interesting that either way she's right on the edge. This would be again another question for if we had a guess right now is if you're born more towards the end of a period, can you have tendencies going into the next? I don't know if that's true. I would guess it is. This is where we're going to need somebody to correct us.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. To whoever out there understands this more than us and can solve this problem of, is Dolly Parton an Aquarian or not?
Yeah.
Let us know.
By the way, the answer to anyone who knows more about this than us is pretty much anyone listening right now.
Probably.
But if you know this specifically, we could use your help. You can find us on all the socials if you're not already. Email us. We're on the internet. You can find us. Hit us up.
Yeah, if you just Google lack of genius, what comes up?
Is it us?
I hope so.
It's been a while since I've done this.
I know. We're the second one down for Instagram.
Okay.
The first one is Ludwig.guru, which I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, we shouldn't even be giving them a shout out right now.
Actually, we get the second, we got the third, we got the fourth.
And we need you to get us to number one by clicking on all of our stuff. Well, I feel like we did pretty decent. Well, you did really decent, but I feel like I learned something here today. I did. Came up with more questions than answers in some places, but I don't know that I'm going to pay any more attention to my astrological sign, but maybe if we get educated, I will.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah, and with that, we're looking ahead to next week, right? And do you want to tell the story about why we're doing a music themed episode?
I think what partially drew us together as friends is we both love music.
Mm-hmm.
We have overlaps on what we love, and there's places where it's different.
Yeah,
but also our good friend Will Patch, that's been mentioned many times on this show.
Yeah, he's like fan number one.
Right. It might be a tie between him and my uncle.
Oh yeah,
for number one fans.
And your uncle is a patron, which we do have a Patreon page. So he's
right. So that might put him above Will. So if you become a patron, that might put you back up in the running.
No pressure or anything. Will.
Right.
Just if you want to be our number one fan, that's an automatic way to do it. Is all. So Will's been reaching out to us a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean he's been leaving comments on our Instagram posts, saying what he's gotten score wise and everything, which is fantastic. We love that interaction. But on one of the posts from last week, he commented about how he would love for us to do an episode on music, and so that got me thinking. Let's do that. We've been kind of talking about it. But I decided to ask Kevin, what would you do with a drunken sailor?
Early in the morning, specifically?
Yeah, early in the morning, in which he replied back, well, she has a girlfriend now.
Oh my gosh. John is dropping some serious knowledge right now, and you may not even notice it right now. Oh my gosh.
I thought you would appreciate that, Kevin.
Can we explain that? We can explain what just happened, right? Am I allowed to explain that?
Yes, we can.
So
yes, if you'd like to explain it.
John is doing a genre I've never heard of called shanty songs, right? Shanty. Mm-hmm. These are like pirate songs. So he asked me, what would you do with a drunken soldier? So that's the shanty reference. A sailor, yeah, sorry. Soldier. So that's that reference. He said that my answer was, well, she has a girlfriend now. That is a song by the band Real Big Fish. They are a very popular and well-known ska band, and I am going to be doing the genre of ska music because that is the music that molded me into the young man I am today. I love ska music. I love the energy. I love the silliness of it all. And man, John, you just that's all I can say. Put my hands together for you for that one. That was awesome. So next week, music, specific genres of music, and we'll do plenty of music episodes. If those don't sound like genres you love, maybe you'll learn something new, find out a band or a song that you've never heard before. And look at that, Will Patch gave us a suggestion and we went for it. So we're very easily motivated or very easily influenced. We're very easily influenced by your suggestions right now.
Now, one thing to keep in mind is I don't know how much music we'll actually play on next week's episode purely from a copyright standpoint.
We literally can play no music.
Yeah,
the songs
that's not ours.
The songs that I play, the parody songs, A, they're parodies, so that's allowed, and B, I actually paid for the music to be able to use literally just the music part, and then I changed the words so parody is fair or whatever. But yeah, we literally can't even play a clip of music, or we technically would owe the artist. So we will give you suggestions. We will sing along. We will we'll sing all the songs, but we probably won't do that. But
we might recite lyrics. Go with William Shatner. The dramatic reading of lyrics.
Yes, yeah, do the Shatner version. We'll see how it goes. We're just excited to be bringing you something that we love, and I really appreciate anyone listening, telling your friends, and for just coming back. It means a lot to us, and I'm glad to be a friend via the podcast world with you. So thank you.
Thank you too.
All right, we'll catch you next week. Bye.
See ya.
It's the Lack of Genius podcast in your ear holes at last. They don't know they're Mars from Venus, that's why it's the Lack of Genius podcast.